Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm here in Chateau de Vincennes. I'm close to the Chateau de Vincennes, giving a fourth message to humanity in relation to climate change. As you are all aware of, in 2011, I discovered the secret of the pyramids as a science, and eventually I linked it with climate change, meaning that the pyramids were used in ancient times to help humanity survive against climate change. The reason why I'm doing this video today is to give a little feedback to politicians who are claiming that the burning of forests in the United States, in Amazon years ago, and in Australia were caused by global warming. This is not true because evidences are pointing to arsonists burning the forest. For which purpose? I guess as all know from now that those individuals probably and certainly being commanded by politicians are burning the forest to further the agenda that climate change is the cause, and therefore we should reduce carbon dioxide. How can we reduce carbon dioxide when we know that carbon dioxide is important to protect the earth against infrared from the sun? So the carbon dioxide acts as a serre to stop the infrared from the sun to reach the earth. So now people are telling us that the carbon dioxide is bad for humanity. What I'm saying about carbon dioxide, I read it from a scientific manual. I will quote that note on the carbon dioxide in the video or in the comment section of the video. So this is to point out that climate change cannot be caused by global warming. However, we are not investigating. The politicians are not allowing the scientists or founding the scientists who are aware of the South Atlantic anomaly. In the region between Brazil and South Africa, there is a hole, a magnetic hole, which is allowing some cosmic ray to penetrate the Earth in those regions. And the hole is already well known by NASA and the European Space Agency. My question is, how much is done by the government to put resources so we can learn more about the South Atlantic anomaly? So, and in my book, in which I spoke of the mystery of the pyramids and climate change, I reveal that the current climate change is caused by the deterioration of the Earth's magnetic field. Consequently, the Earth's magnetic field is showing its weakness to the South Atlantic anomaly. This anomaly must have existed in ancient time. There are records of it among the Native American Indian in America. They are the last one who can tell us more about what happened to the ancestors when they were on Earth. What was the climate issue that forced them to live underground the Earth for a long period of time. So the research are pointing to the flips of the North and South Pole, which is now coming as the South Atlantic anomaly. The beginning, of that reversal of the South Atlantic anomaly. So that was point number one, that climate change is not caused by global warming, although the scientists try to put everything that goes wrong on the earth on climate change to global warming. Now we have another issue, which is the ocean, the currents. We all know that ocean current is weakening. The scientists know, the government knows that the ocean current is weakening, therefore it's affecting the climate. Amazingly, when you study the current of the ocean, there is an electrical current bringing the current. So everywhere there is an electrical current, automatically we have a magnetic field. So there is a magnetic field underneath the water of the ocean, or there is a magnetic field of the ocean. Someone brought this up too, I noticed years ago, but I haven't found out what happened to his research, but he's right. So if the current of the magnetic field of the ocean diminish or vanish, it will affect the climate in Europe. Now, this is one point. The scientists will say, no, this aspect of the current is caused by global warming, because everything nowadays goes to global warming. People go out and burn the forest, they say global warming. But no one is being held accountable for the lies. I believe it's about time that we wake up as humanity, as responsible people. I asked for, since 2011 to present, from the United States, Seattle, Washington, to be heard, to be given the opportunity to talk about what I know regarding the Earth magnetic field, deterioration, and climate change. None of the politicians, none of the Congress members, none of the scientists have even extended a courteous invitation so I could come and tell them what I know. This is wrong. Now, with the South Atlantic anomaly, I was blessed by God during my research time with that topic. He brought me in the heaven, in the sky, in spirit, in soul, with my full senses, to show me how the South Atlantic anomaly hall is behaving in a scientific way, so I could pass on the information to the scientific community. And that message, that knowledge I've been holding for so many years is still there, and we don't know how far we're going to be surviving if we do not pay attention to the South Atlantic anomaly. There is a scientific solution to resolve the hole coming from the South Atlantic anomaly. The scientific solution, I have it, and I have to pass it only to the right scientific person. So this is my plea of call to you, humanity, to scientists around the world. Please connect. You will say, okay, this gentleman is an African. Of course, I am an African. I'm proud of it. I'm black. And he has no degree in science. Of course. But let me remind you, Mr. Bill Gates, was he a scientist when he built Microsoft? When he built the computer? He wasn't. Ask him. I guess this video reached to him too. So you could always justify that you don't want to give access to a man because he's of a black descendants from Africa and that he's not a scientist. It's irrelevant argument. So we need to grow so we can help our next generation survive. The moment is now. We have to do it. So I'm inviting President Trump, if he's still in office after the November election, or before the November election, if he can extend an invitation so I could discuss with him at least the scientific knowledge that I have in my possession to help heal the South Atlantic anomaly whole, it will be a blessing to humanity, a blessing to America, and a blessing to all of us, to all the living thing on the earth, from the fawn to the floor to the aquatic life. So this was the point I wanted to say about the South Atlantic anomaly. I'm going to quickly give some information about the sun. Now you know, again, the scientific community under the leadership of globalists, meaning I will be sorry, but I need to tell the globalists, Mrs. Merkel, Mr. President Macron, who is former President Barack Obama, are globalists. They have their own view of climate change. It's man-made and caused by global warming. Now, how can they explain the new cycle the sun is going through? Good scientists know that the sun is approaching a new cycle, its lower cycle. During that cycle, there will be less heat reaching the earth. What does it mean? Will that explain why we are having extreme cold, extreme snow happening in a region where it has never happened before, like in Africa? There was snow in the Congo, Congo Republic. There was snow in the east, where it's always heat and desert, last year. And there was extensive snow in the America. So, because we are reaching a new cycle of the sun, it happened before, it's gonna happen again. So we have to be aware that the new cycle, the low cycle of the sun, will bring a new age of climate, which, in my opinion and my research as an individual, independent investigator of climate and the pyramid, we are going straight to an ice age. We are going straight to an ice age. So global warming is fake. Global warming is an hoax based on those revelations I am bringing out, and I invite the good scientists to really investigate those leads. Again, I hope President Trump or President Macron will be open-minded people to seriously take the time, at least the courtesy. Even we can have a cafe together or a tea, then we can talk about these things. I am willing to pass on this burden to humanity, especially the South Atlantic anomaly solution. Now, I'm not talking about the pyramid, because it's going to be too much for humanity, because we still have one important thing to resolve, so problem to resolve, which is the South Atlantic anomaly. So, as I hope my message will really reach the right people, and that you will really pay attention, that you will show more responsibility, that as humanity we can come together and listen to each other, regardless of our origin, regardless of our level of social life, but we come together as one humanity, because without humanity we cannot survive. You see, there have been people invited by CNN, I noticed, and other news media, comedian, musician, to the White House, to very important activity. But those people, they know about this project since 2011. But they never bother saying it will be normal, it will be responsible from our side as a race to find out what this gentleman has to say. The coronavirus was here. I told you I have the antidote, I have the cure, given by God. How was your reaction? Now, how many people are unnecessarily suffering in humanity? And the coronavirus is not over yet. An individual from Africa has been researching on the pyramid. It came out that he informed the people of his country in Burkina Faso or in Benin, I think, about the coming of a disease. But he did not mention the name because he wasn't quite sure what was the disease all about. But it came out that he was talking about the coronavirus in his investigation. The video is available on YouTube. The gentleman spoke of it many years ago, and he even said there is a recurrence of the coronavirus, meaning we are going to have to face it again probably 10 or 20 years to come. But we did not listen to the message I was giving. Since March 2020, I broadcast. Facebook decided to censor my video. YouTube decided to censor my video on the coronavirus. I let it go. Now I'm coming to you again for climate change. We don't need to be listening to politicians who are confusing the truth, because at the end, it is our children, our grandchildren, your children, your grandchildren who are going to suffer if we do not do what is right today to find out what is causing climate change. And I sent a message, an informal message to President Trump today, to one of his associates, campaign associates. I hope she will pass on the message to you, because it's very important. Thank you very much again. If you want to contact me, you can reach my website, classicalmusicforchildren.org, and to the contact form and send me a message. I'm still in Paris, France. Unfortunately, President Macron did not answer my call to meet with him, pass on those information. So hopefully, if I feel that I'm tired of, because we cannot do that all the time, trying to help humanity and they're not answering your call, I may have to take a rest and focus on my own life until perhaps humanity decide that it's time to, when life is already hard. If it's too late, it's gonna be too late. But hey, we have the time because the sun is still shining. We can still move around. Yesterday we could move around by airplane freely. Now see what happened today. There's restrictions. It may happen tomorrow too if the South Atlantic anomaly. Because if we keep playing politics, we are going to pay. We may not be able to move freely. So let's take this opportunity. Let's take today. Let us be responsible people. Let us be true to our destiny on earth. Let us support those with great idea without judging them because of the ethnicity, because of the race, or because of the social class. Because the greatest people on the earth are not those who are great in class or people who have great diploma. Usually are ordinary people like you and me. So thank you very much, and I hope I was able to pass on the message very peacefully and without offending anyone. Again, thank you very much, and I appreciate my two friends from Paris here, I met in Chateau de Vincennes, who are helping me do this broadcast. So thank you. Blessings be.